Greetings, my excellent friends. Did you hear the noises in the intro? There's no whooshing. Yeah, when I started OBS today, everything was turned off. I would have been 5 minutes earlier than I was, but I noticed that desktop audio was giving off absolutely no indications of volume. Now, you can hear me, and you heard the starting music, and I know that because I made sure of it before I started the stream. Went into settings, and for some reason both of my audio devices were set to "we can't find it." So I added them back. And now we're back to not hearing this for some reason. But I can see it. I can see it being played. I have it set to monitor only, mute output, because when it works, it'll play twice on your end and once on mine. But the monitor right now isn't doing anything, which means the output's being muted, but the output's also the only thing that's making a noise. So if I change this to both, I still hear nothing, but you will now be hearing whooshing. Right? Suddenly bounced back for you. Because I've unmuted the output audio, which doesn't go through to me, it does go through to the stream. But I don't like that because I can't hear it, and that throws me off. Thing is, though, if I leave it like that, at some point randomly it'll reactivate on my end. And as soon as it does that, you're going to hear it doubled. And I've noticed that before. Nobody ever points out, oh, hey, the audio's weird. But it distorts because you're hearing it twice at the exact same time. So it gets louder and it gets a bit... And I don't like that. But I don't know how to make it work again on desktop audio. It just... Hang on. If I have it running... Can I... fucking tell it which output to go to, because... What if they're both here? Does that work? No. Then I have no idea why it's turned itself off. But for now, you'll hear the noise. Because you hear the noise now, right? Like I've changed it so it'll deliver the noise to you. I just need to notice if it ever comes back. If I start hearing it again, I need to change the setting again, because you'll start hearing it twice. We had this issue when I changed headphones, where the sound went away from me for a week and then it came back. I don't know what changed today, but... Properties, maybe? Is it in here? Not that I can see. Nothing notable. Yeah, I don't know why it muted the monitor audio or whatever. Well, there's my intro 5 times. I don't think there's anything I can do to affect it now. So back to hell we go. I have caught up on the Sea of Thieves storyline that they told over 2022 in their series of fucking limited time adventures. It wasn't that hard to watch the videos, like, because effectively, much like a quest that you've seen me do, there'd be dialogue at the beginning, and there'd maybe be dialogue or journals to read interspersed, but then there'd be an awful lot of video I would just skip past, because it's just, here's 20 minutes of fighting skeletons and running around islands. But I was right to look at it, because there is some stuff in there that makes quite a bit of different. The most notable thing is, and I'll talk about it at the start of tomorrow's stream before I jump into Monkey Island, but Pendragon's dead again. Well, I say dead. They did this thing. They did an adventure where the bad guys, the Reapers, were doing a ritual to restore, I think, Flameheart's body and turn him back into a living person. And so the good guys decided to do a counter ritual where they would banish him into the void forever. But in order to set that up, someone had to effectively risk their existence, and Pendragon chose to do this because he's the one responsible for the problem in the first mess. When that, we did that, we helped him make a mistake. And it was an actual player choice thing where for 2 weeks you could do the adventure's objectives over and over again on either the good guy's side or the Reaper's side, and at the end it would be tallied, and the winner, either Flameheart or Pendragon, would be banished to the void forever. And the player base chose the bad guy. So he's been a recurring character in all the story. Yeah, he's gone now. That happened off screen for us. You could go watch it. Well, actually, no, it happened off screen. Like, you can see the adventure of them setting it up and him saying, like, hey, you can see him pouring his sword into, like, this ritual thing and being like, I rely on you guys now. You guys have to, I'm putting my life on the line here. It's fair enough. I'm responsible for this, but now you guys have to do the hard work so that the Reapers don't win. And that's it. As far as I can tell, they never did a cutscene showing him go, ah, or anything. No, they just, they announced that he lost and that was it. Bye. They did that twice, where it was like, they let the players effect whether the good guys or bad guys won. The good guys won the other time, but for Pendragon, nobody gave a shit about him. I don't recommend games do that generally, because in my experience, the bad guys tend to win, and that tends to be depressing. Because the player base is full of trolls. The people who care about the development of the lore and vote with the bad guys, sure. But I would argue that the people who don't care about the development of the lore will probably side with the bad guys by default because it's funnier. And as a result, the bad guys will win. And it is because of the unbalancing applied by the people who don't give a fuck about what's going on. Whereas if you looked at the people who just the people who gave a fuck, I don't know. Maybe the bad guys would still win, but I don't know that they would. I don't know who Jason Todd is. But yeah, I think it depends on what your plans are. I've seen other games do it before. And it can be good if you do it carefully. But I don't know, I just feel like Sea of Thieves specifically had Pendragon so embedded into its tall tales that giving him up like that is a wild move.
Best be on my way.
I swore I'd never come back to the Hells, and here I am.
Fate has a way of pulling us along with or without our approval.
Interesting that Jaheira and
Escaping fate happens to be my speciality.
Jaheira and Lae'zel, like, Jaheira is dressed in green and that suits her. Lae'zel is dressed in green, which affects her complexion, like, suits her complexion well. And then the two tieflings are dressed in this red-brown, which suits us. Like, I wonder what the color coding of Hope's disguises are, whether it's, you know, two party members look like this and two party members look like that. Because it really does seem like she's dressed us all to our specifications. Jason Todd was Robin in the 80s, and they made a poll as to whether or not the Joker would kill him. I imagine he hasn't been seen since the 80s.
I'm fine.
Okay.
The cub speaks.
Well, that's interesting. We're not allowed to talk to Karlak about anything while we're here. We can talk to the others, but if we talk to Karlak, we just get...
I'm fine. Let's just get in and get out.
This place is all entrances and no exits.
Infernal Mason, Eternal Debtor.
Another sorry soul come to wander these halls. What do you seek?
Tell me what you know of this place.
Despite appearances, this whole house is more of a prison than a parlor. Most here have no choice but to remain. I am one such. This is not my home, but I can never leave.
What ties you to the House of Hope?
I was an architect in life, a builder of tombs and temples, but mostly of towers. My proudest work reached for the stars and sought to dry Seluna's tears. It was a monument to life and to virtue, and a happy home to my master for many years.
What went wrong?
Deaths in the family. Happiness rarely lasts a lifetime. When tragedy came, my master fell into darkness and despair. He marshaled a great army to ruin the world and bring all into shadow. I could not let it happen. I sought out the devil, Raphael, and signed an infernal pact with him. He promised to destroy my master's army, and I promised him my soul in return. The devil was true to his word. Fiends slaughtered my master's forces, but he endured somehow and blighted the land.
You're the architect of Moonrise Towers.
You know my work. Oh, I am glad it endures. Perhaps you also have the misfortune of knowing my master, General Ketheric Thorm.
Well, I'm not going to say two, but Ketheric is no more. I killed him.
Then all came to pass as I had hoped, though a century too late for my family and friends. Your actions may have justified the price of my soul. I thank you. Tell me, what became of my pride? What became of Moonrise Towers?
Well, it's getting better now. We healed the land and lifted the Shadow Curse. I don't actually know if Moonrise can get better itself, but let's give him the positive response, because even if it's a lie, how's he going to know better?
I did not think it possible. Thank you. My spirit smiles for the first time in a century. Now go. Finish your business here and leave while you can.
Right. We didn't get to ask him about the hammer. This guy sold his soul so that Raphael was set Yrgia on Grimforge and the Gauntlet of Shar.
Here goes nothing.
Creeping, stalking, walking, crawling. I see you.
A record written in Raphael's own hand, detailing the adventures of various travelers in Faerun, including yours. The desperate will do anything to get out of a bind. That mind flayer toys with its food, but it will become hungry soon enough. They have proven such malleable little things. The crown for the hammer. More than a reasonable trade, I should think. After all, what use is power if you don't have freedom?
You linger here still. Or perhaps you
How
have
the
become
fuck
lost, like the rest of us.
Is it not bothering you, that thing in your mouth? Look, the strap of his hood is in his mouth.
You linger here still. Or perhaps you have become lost, like the rest
Also
of us.
over his eye hole, but I imagine you don't actually see out of that. Right, but it's still in his teeth and he's trying to talk. And successfully talking, but still, the point is... There's something behind this. There's a whole chamber behind this. But we don't currently... Oh, hang on. Right. Perhaps that's the way, but the fireplace, at least, there's nothing to click on or access. Yet. Left is our destination. So we will, of course, go right.
A delicious aroma still lingers around the table. Your mouth waters. Just a little.
What happens if we sit on one of these chairs?
Perhaps this dinner wasn't to their liking. It seems Raphael is not always the best host.
Nothing happens.
Anyone hear me?
Yeah, Rob, I almost ran out of, I think it was like yesterday or the day before, I was like, oh shit, elusives. Went and did it. Thankfully it's the only one on the list with like 2 targets for a while. I did it faster than you, yeah, that'd be why. Why has the game stopped moving? Uh-oh. Well, it says quick save successful, so hopefully that's for real and it isn't corrupted. Because as soon as it finished, the game just clonk. Yeah, poisoning the wine glass... No, there we go, it fixed itself. Poisoning the wine glass first, and then... Well, the interesting thing was, right, I distinctly remember that getting the dude to actually drink the poison wine glass is a complete crapshoot, right? Whether it takes him 7 minutes, 4, or 17. I went there, I got McGee done in the bathroom, and then I started to go back because of the wisdom of, you know, if you try and make yourself closer to the action, it might affect their pathing or whatever else. But as I was arriving, he was already drinking from it. So that's why it was so quick, because I didn't have to do anything to make him drink faster. Like, it could easily have taken me 3 times as long if he'd taken longer, because the actual action part was all done in 3 minutes. I just got very lucky and the dude drank quick. Waltzing Eternal Debtor. That's not how the song goes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't look at me. I'm dancing. I love to dance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dum 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 dum. Round and round.
Waltzing eternal debtor, waltzing eternal debtor. Don't sell your soul to a devil, you fool. Perfect eternal debtor, right?
You, are you good?
Try to be.
You can't be. No one can. No matter how straight we stand, how much we smile. I tried, but I don't think I can ever be good. Instead, I'll be perfect. I'll be good. I swear it. You must be good too.
Did I ever live anywhere else but here? Did I ever live?
The abridged version of Plamondon's popular history of The Gate, written in a breezy, conversational style more accessible than that of most scholarly histories. For example, the cosy crescent of land around Grey Harbour has been settled for at least 1,500 years, favoured by bucolic fisherfolk and beachcombers, as well as the less savoury smugglers and outright pirates. But there wasn't really much of a permanent town there until one of its seagoing entrepreneurs, a fellow known as Baldur, returned from an expedition with a hold full of gold. And he was generous in spending it, building wharves and warehouses along the waterfront, and a great granite wall curving across the slopes to protect it from raiders sweeping down from the fields of the dead. The founding of Baldur's Gate, no less. Prison hatchway. Oops. Alright, guess we're doing a strength test. This'll fucking work. Oh, it did. Huh. Look at me, Karlak. Ugh. Yes, very impressive, dear.
Come on, open up.
But yeah, if you didn't notice, Rob, we are currently in actual hell. Like, I'm not kidding. This is not a fabulous house owned by a devil. This is hell. If you look outside, this is outside. This is Avernus. This is the first layer of hell. The entranceway is a portal that we had drafted up so that we could go straight to the devil's stronghold in literal hell. He's not the devil, he's a devil, but he's a bastard of a thing. Interestingly, we can get the quest clothes out of here. I guess if you don't convince Hope to give you some, you can get them that way. Though by that time you probably already have had to fight these guys. At least some of them. A modest guide to Sword Coast wine.
I laughed in life. I cried in death.
Can these motherfuckers stop popping up as soon as I open a book?
Stole my breath.
A sommelier's guide to wines found along the Sword Coast. It extols the virtues of Burduscan Dark and Arabellan Dry, the sinuous fruity flavours of Ruby Red Elverquist, the throat-slamming notes of Red Dragon Crush snatched from the lands of charming Vistani tradesfolk, Thayan vintages as richly hued as the robes of their red wizards, pale Cerlunian Glowfire, and it praises these with the same vigour that it declaims the inferior mulled wines such as Czar and Daggerford Clary, which the author claims are as suitable for consumption as a bugbear's taint. Well, I certainly don't want to eat that.
Here, the chaos of the world is dimmed. Here, the violence of life is past.
Ooh. That's the way forward, okay. Violence of life is what?
There is but one law, and it is immutable. I am that law.
I am the law!
Here, the chaos of the world is dimmed. Here, the violence of life is pacified. Here, there is order.
Mocking eternal debtor. Right. I don't feel mocked. You're just giggling, cackling, whatever it is. Oh, this is not a room. This is outside. But there is somewhere to go here. Passageway. Interesting that our quest marker is over there, but there's quite a bit of stuff. There's a room here, and there's also a passageway, and there's also a prison entrance. You wouldn't go in there just yet.
Seems like the best way.
There's also a path over here, though. Leads up to the back of this one. I guess the idea here is to give you multiple avenues in case you are dealing with hostilities. Outer portals.
Over here! When is a door not a door? When it's a jam jar!
I was going to say when it's a bad joke, but
You won't find a way out here. Or a way in.
what is this place?
This is the chamber of egress. The portals here crisscross the plains, but they won't open to the likes of you and me. This is how Raphael consults with his clients so efficiently, no matter the time, no matter the place, and it's how he stalks his prey.
I think the most surprising thing that I've found in Hell so far is that Hope is from Northern Ireland. Must be something useful here.
Oh, there is. There is. If you stare into the portals long enough, your mind starts to do cartwheels and tricks you into thinking you're falling into a horrible, yawning void. It's one of my favorite ways to pass the time. But you have no time to waste, or time will waste you. And what you need from the house is in the archive. Not here.
New Baldur?
I never affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
Been fun watching the streams.
Man, this is enticing. If I didn't know this wasn't going to work, I'd be fucking thrilled. Thank you, Topaz. Menzoberranzan, Luskin, Mephistar, Waterdeep. We go see Gale's family. Neverwinter. Imagine you click this button, and if you've got Neverwinter Nights installed on your computer, it just fucking launches it. Go play that then if you want to go. Portal to Athkatla, just you fucking whomp into Irenicus's dungeon. Ah, the Child of Baal has awoken.
Stay out of my way. Don't touch anything and keep quiet.
When did you steal that face from Barkus Root?
Pests bothering me today. I don't need another.
What are you doing here?
I used to work in the prison, ensuring no desirable people left the House of Hope. Now I guard the portals to ensure that no undesirable people enter.
What is this place?
The Chamber of Egress, way station of the Hells, providing access to Raphael's clientele wherever they might make their home. I am its keeper, New Baldur, very much not at your service.
Do you know Hope?
The greatest pest of all! I've always thought hope to be a dirty, empty little word. She suits it well.
Who is she?
A nasty little optimist who doesn't have the good sense to lose her mind completely, like the rest of us. She has a rather loathsome habit of
popping into existence all over the house to shout words of encouragement to the other denizens. It's most irksome. But her appearances are just a trick of the light. Her corporeal form is down in the dark, bound by unbreakable chains in Raphael's dungeon.
Oh dear.
It used to be my prison. New Baldin's very own pit of pain. I was its keeper. But that was a very long time ago.
Why don't you work in the prison anymore?
I made a mistake. Raphael doesn't tolerate mistakes. We had one house guest by the name of Gortash. A mischievous little blot of a boy, and he slipped through my fingers.
Yeah, had a bit of a ripple effect, that. Gortash was here. Lord Enver Gortash.
Lord? Is that what he calls himself these days? The snivelling little shit. He was the son of a cobbler or some such meagre tradesman, sold to Raphael by his loving parents to pay off a petty debt. Lord, indeed. I used to bruise my knuckles on his whimpering little face. I'd like to have snapped his neck.
I'd like to snap his neck myself. Like, okay, I don't want to diminish the horror of being sold to Raphael. That's a shit fate. But being sold to Zariel... that is worse. That is a step up.
Then why not get to the snapping of necks instead of the flapping of lips? I'm tired of you.
I'd like to visit this prison of yours. Where is it?
What interest do you have in the prison?
I've been binging Wentworth. It's just, you know... a fixation. I'd like to spend some time tormenting the inmates. No, I feel like that joke would upset Karlak. Just tell me where it is before I rip out whatever's left of your soul. Or don't. Well, let's try that again. Better.
Turn left when you exit this chamber and clamber down the hatch that leads beneath the house. With any luck, the guards will swallow you whole, you repugnant little scrap.
I don't think he likes me.
Away with you! The portals are closed.
Got an awfully shit amount of health for a level 12. Anyway, let's go to Athkatla. I feel like playing Baldur's Gate 2.
The splendid city of Athkatla hums beyond the portal.
Go on.
Athkatla, city of coin, capital of Arm. They say the streets are paved with gold.
Athkatla, fortunes await.
Athkatla.
Athkatla, fortunes await.
Still an improvement on Raphael's hospitality.
That is true. Jahira's companion quest of sorts in Baldur's Gate 2 involves someone fucking poisoning her. Baron Ployer's Curse, I believe the quest is called.
Let's move.
Neverwinter, Jewel of the North.
Neverwinter, Jewel of the North. I wonder if the cult of the Absolute has influence there as well.
Waterdeep, the crown of the North.
Waterdeep. The forces of the Absolute could threaten even the City of Splendors if they were to reach it.
Salty air, the patter of feet. Baldur's Gate lies beyond.
We have our own portal to take us back to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, but if we had gone through this one, we wouldn't have need to pay.
This portal leads directly to the frigid citadel of Mephistar, nestled in the Hells.
Mephistar, home to the archdevil Mephistopheles. Raphael's bold indeed if he ever visits uninvited.
Hellish ice chills this portal to Mephistar.
Mephistar, home to another archdevil. Not for all the wine in Kalimshan.
Secrets of the port city of Luskan flutter behind this portal.
Luskan, city of sails, at the far north of the Sword Coast, in the shadow of the spine of the world.
Menzoberranzan, the jewel of the Underdark, lies beyond.
Menzoberranzan, city of spiders. Of course, Raphael has dealings in the depths of the Underdark.
You hear nothing, sense nothing, beyond this portal to Menzoberranzan.
Ah, Menzoberranzan. A beautiful city sprouting from Underdark. A shame about its loath-loving residents. Ready and waiting. Well, certainly waiting.
You hear the sloshing of waves and shouting voices beyond this portal to Luskan.
Luskan. Perhaps the only place less welcoming than the Hells.
Hellish ice chills this portal to Mephistar.
Mephistar. Home to Hell's own library. Now, wouldn't a Harper love to spy some of the secrets held there?
Baldur's Gate roils behind this portal. Waterdeep, bring a heavy gold pouch. Neverwinter, pack a scarf.
Let's get going.
Neverwinter. I had to break my cover there to stop a killing. The goat form was not kind to my dress.
Oh, God.
Need to find a way forward.
Anyway, yeah, that was a fun room. We can go north, we can go to prison, or we could, I'll try not to zone shift until I've looked through this area.
A step upon the boards.
Immortal debtor. Also a door here. But it just leads to the balcony.
Kill me. Kill me, please.
I don't think that'll have much of an effect. Do you know where you go when you die? Most especially when you die when you owe your soul to a devil. You'll literally just respawn over there.
Better not be cursed.
Wrath, the purest of all things that burn. Pain, become its bedfellow, and you will know true pleasure.
Security breach. We are concerned to report a regrettable incident within our esteemed House of Hope. It has come to our attention that one of the guests, driven to madness by insatiable curiosity, attempted to breach the sanctity of your revered boudoir. The misguided individual, their mind clouded by a desperate desire for forbidden knowledge, sought to gain access to your private quarters and uncover the secrets that lie within. They believed that the back door and the balcony would serve as their clandestine path to knowledge. However, rest assured, my lord, that our vigilant guardians swiftly intervened and prevented any further trespassing. So please don't turn us into lemurs. Is the bedroom up here? Oh dear. Visionary.
He said he'd turn my eyes in on themselves.
to see inside me, rolling and rolling until they burst.
Right, that doesn't sound like a positive. Sword Coast Songbook.
Hurt me, please.
You can get to the boudoir from the balcony, but we have guards to make it a fight.
Let your heart be glad, let your tongue rejoice, and let your soul rest forever in this house of hope.
Voyeur debtor. God.
When debts are paid and afflictions cured, rejoice in the new life granted
Granted to you by my benevolence. He's applying for a role as Liu Bei. I mean, it's a nice bedroom, though. I don't know about the open air. Like, what if it rains? Wait, hang on. Hell. What if somebody invades? Blood war, you know? What if a gaggle of flying demons just swoops in and starts shitting on you while you're trying to sleep?
show your invitation.
There is something here. What was the DC? 10. Someone else can get it.
That might be worth a look.
Inert infernal gem. Infernal control gem. How many bloody checks? That's not good.
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets of its master.
The drawback isn't that bad, so I could just keep doing this.
An infernal gem seething in
Didn't
its
even
cage,
move.
protecting the secret. Of its master.
Well, with a high roll, we will get it.
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets of its master.
Who's the smartest person here? Me, followed by Lae'zel. Fucking hell. There we go. Staff of Spell Power. +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. We get Arcane Battery. This would be good if we didn't have better already. Oh, Jira. You know, I guess we don't really use her weapons, do we? Well, it's gone now. Did y'all notice how much gold he had in that pile? You know he does that deliberately, right? Like, he would have had someone count that out. And then put the rest somewhere else. Helldusk Helmet. You see in magical and ordinary darkness up to a range of 12 meters. You cannot be blinded. You have a +2 bonus to saves against spells, and you can't be crit. I don't know that that's for anybody specific here, but I guess Lae'zel could have it if she's not wearing something good. She is. She's wearing that. Everybody here has a good head. That's only a pound. I'll... Hold on.
No one back home.
Or Jaheira will, apparently. I accidentally was controlling.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Can I read that? No? What can you do with this? Use doesn't do anything. Is it supposed to do something? That's true, we could give it to her. I wonder if there's an effect... No, it doesn't have HP. I was like, what if we firebolted it?
At the ready. Here we go.
When debts are paid and afflictions cured, rejoice in the new life granted to you by my benevolence.
Let's have a look. Don't give me trouble now.
About creation of Orphic Hammer. A detailed history of the Orphic Hammer, describing the infernal workforce Raphael harnessed to locate and mine the rare materials used in its creation and its intended purpose. The hammer is not a weapon. It is an insurance policy. Its function is specific, but its utility is boundless. No chains forged by infernal hand can withstand its power, for its core is a metalliferous compound combining the purest essence of all 9 hells. If I should ever need to liberate the prisoners held in the Iron City of Dis, to shatter the vaults of Nargus, or even to free the child of Gith, my hammer will be equal to the task. Shameful debtor.
Don't! Please don't!
Right. Unclean debtor standing over a chamber pot.
Away! This is Raphael's chamber pot.
Are you its guardian?
Its admirer, its protector. It is my one true beloved.
I don't like you.
Hellfire, the great gift of Mephistopheles.
Step aside now. Raphael might return at any time.
Hey look, the wall's glitching. This used to be red, now it isn't. Oh, no, it still is.
None of us should.
Let's click on the chamber pot and see if he attacks me.
An overpowering stench singes your nostrils. Nothing good happened here.
You reckon? He didn't attack me. Taming Hope, Part 2.
Can't sleep. Oh, so tired.
Always when I click on something, they show up. Carilla's transcript of a conversation between Raphael and her sister. Her what? Right. And her sister Hope. Hope. What's that? Good morning, sweetling. How are you? What is that? This? Oh, nothing really. Just a little curiosity. Hope, my tenacious petal clinging to the flower, despite winter, nature, and all common sense. This is an Omuan dream catcher. No? No recognition? Well, all right. This tinkly, feathery device is a jar. A jar for dreams. Currently full to bursting, I don't mind telling you. Stop! Stop what, dear one? Jangling it like that. I'd like you to stop. You hear them, then? The captured dreams of frightened children? The Omuans were a clever people, Hope. Their children slept like stones. No boogeymen or creepers invaded their imaginations in the tenebrous dark. No. Those figments went in here, and they got to know one another. A social house for nightmares. These things that go bump in the night live inside this dream catcher, and they are dying to meet you. Raphael! Don't go! Serve me, then! Damn your pride, and serve me with your whole heart! With her eyes fixed on the dream catcher, averting to his, Raphael is stunned to see her eyes narrow. No. No, I won't do it! I see. How naughty of you. As Raphael and I left, I chose to linger and listen at my sister's closed door. She was alone with the dream catcher. I heard her breathing grow heavier, then sharp, frozen silence. Then Hope began to scream.
Guile, the face that masks 1,000 lies.
And a theme that goes with everything.
Flock to me, all who are burdened, and I will give you hope. For my house is yours, and the door is always open.
Theologist Eternal Debtor.
Brother, welcome. It's so good to see a new face.
Who are you?
Who am I? I do not know. Who was I? I can answer. A priest. I spent most of my life singing praise to a god who did not listen. 1,000 prayers with no reply. Imagine it. Raphael answered the first time I called out to him.
The gods do not always answer clearly, but I'm sure they tried to give you what you needed.
'Twas not so much to ask. Not riches or miracles. Just enough coin to keep my family happy and healthy. Raphael delivered, and then I was delivered to him.
I'm getting married tomorrow. Or was it yesterday?
Eternal Rat. Raphael made a deal with a rat?
I'm in two minds. The rat and the man and the rat, they gnaw at one another. Which one will be the meat and which one will be the tooth?
Are even the rats here mad?
Rats? Where are the rats? I have hands and legs and tail and claws and I am the rats. I skitter now, best at the litter, and hungry, want victual sweet with rot. Simpler life, but harder.
God.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that. I'm speaking with animals on you. You can talk like a person. Smouldering debtor.
My blood! It's burning! Sizzling! Do you feel it? Don't come too close. My bones are kindling. Soon they'll catch light.
Soldier.
I've been there, sister.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
You look as fresh as the day you arrived.
It is the day I arrived.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
You look positively wretched. Perfect. Hello again, little mouse. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread onto toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again.
I need you to stay calm, Hope, and guide me.
I can. I shall. I can. I shall. The archivist is the key, but he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him grovel! Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
Concentrate on speaking softly and without emotion. Mind you, you could stand to stop shouting all the time, Hope.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
Is there anyone else I should be aware of in the archive?
Sister, my sister! What have you done? Sold me for soul scraps or meant me for fun? My dearest sister Carilla is in there too, pretending to browse the collection, acting all nonchalant. She's up to something. She won't let me escape. Not never, ever, never, ever.
She won't have a choice. I'm getting you out of here. Just tell me how.
You can't! There is no hope for hope! Not without the hammer. It can shatter all infernal chains, including those that hold me. I will endure till you find me. Hope always does. And when you do find me, we will rip out their gizzards. But first, go get the hammer. Once you do, the house will bare its teeth, and you'll only have a few minutes to get me out of my prison before Raphael arrives. And then it all comes tumbling down!
Right. Should we go in there, or should we go into other places first? I don't know. We'll finish exploring the perimeter. We have a list of essential personnel. A record of various associates of Raphael's, listing their duties and their respective performance. Carilla Hearthflame, fieldwork. So far, I've barely had to singe the tips of her fingers. This one shows promise. Archivist. Naughty boy. Supposed to be looking after the collection, but has a tendency to drift. May have to start breaking his neck to give his spine a chance to recover. New Baldur. Little shit let Gortash get away. Not letting him near the prisons ever again. Chamber of Egress will do fine until I find a replacement for him.
Something good here. I hope.
That might be what it is.
The spilt wine is laced with the perfume of an exquisite poison. An unexpected treat.
I wouldn't call it a treat. Devoured debtor. Did you drink that?
They're eating me from the inside. The rats. The rats. The rats. Ugh.
Yeah, alright, that's a yikes.
The rats. The rats. The rats.
There can be no hell without hope.
So, we've got this area done. There are 3 places we have not gone into. The archive, where our objective lies. Raphael's bedroom, which is past an impassable door, but we could go around the balcony to reach it. And the prison entrance here. There was also a passageway outside, but my spatial awareness suggests to me that probably goes to the same place as the prison entrance. Might not, but whether we have 3 or 4 places to go, we're about to go through one of them.
The Master is very indulgent of you, Carilla, but I will not let you bring disorder into the archive.
I'm not bringing anything, you little fusspot. I'm just here to watch the story unfold. Well, well, well. Look what we have here.
She's a loyalist. Should we really be showing ourselves to her? Well, maybe she's not completely loyal. We'll find out.
Do not think of what you have lost. Do not dwell on your debts. Set your mind on higher things. Set your mind on me. I am the architect of destiny. I am the purveyor of hope. I am the future.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Archivist. Without delay, move some of the contracts and treasures to the main cache. We are excited about soon acquiring the Crown of Carsus and want certain things for display, while the rest may be safely stored in the secret vault. What we want in the archive are the Amulet of Greater Health and Gauntlets of Hill Giant Strength, with the places reserved for the Crown. Artifacts in the vault should be the Staff of Spell Power and the backup gold cache. Gauntlet of Hill Giant Strength, huh? The Nautiloid Adventurers. Attached to this letter is a map with a detailed list of locations, all of which are familiar. Raphael. As requested, I've kept a close eye on the infected adventurers who fell from the Nautiloid and survived. Impressive. They spent a while stumbling around like lost babes, easily distracted ones at that, but finally made it to Moonrise Towers. We should have seen the mess they made there. Pure, delicious chaos. They killed Ketherick. It was a hell of a show. I'm delighted I got a front row seat. And now they're in Worm's Crossing. If the last few days are anything to go by, I'm expecting more blood, death and chaos, which means they'll be running into you any day now. If anything changes, I'll keep you posted. Carilla.
Vast world out there.
Librarian debtor. You look like a skeleton.
I cleanse the books.
You are.
I comb each and every line for falsehoods and purge them pure.
That's censorship. What the fuck? How do you know what's true and what's not? Is it what Raphael tells you? And here's Taming Hope Part 1, which is before the one we read earlier. Carilla's transcript of the conversation between Raphael.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't be here.
Every fucking time I open a book,
Let me take you back.
just show them before I click.
Raphael hears everything you say.
Stop! Jesus. Carilla's transcript of a conversation between Raphael and her sister Hope. Did your mother sing you nursery rhymes? What? Little Miss Teffel sat on her kettle, steam blowing between her lips. Along came her oven, in need of some lovin', and soon she had scalded hips. That's funny. Oh, she didn't laugh. That's funny. And yet you do not laugh. Come, Hope, don't look so aggrieved. This little realm around us, this house, you have mastery of it. And you of me? Sing me a song. Hope? I'm speaking to you. Now don't go silent. I'd hate to have to slit a child up the navel and rinse you in their insides. You're some pervert. Then sing me a song, I say. Nursery sweet. But don't demean. I'll know if you do. After some moments, she does. I remember our mother used to sing it to us. A gentle melody laden deliciously like plump young arms laden with autumn-ripe apples. When the song concludes, Raphael sighs and looks at my sister. You're something, my dear, really rather something. I would have you master your own fate. Let me give you free rein to do so. Let's abandon this whole ugly imprisonment. Serve me willingly. Things would be as merry and jubilant as that song you've just given me. Sweet Raphael? Yes, Hope. Eat shit. But stuff your maggoty tongue in some other woman's ear. Here he looks upon her with such longing and hate, I think he might actually kill her. Oh, that was in error, my dear. In grave error. I shall see you soon. The Power of the Crown. All 100 chapters of this dense book describe the coronation of Raphael as Archdevil Supreme of the Nine Hells, but the circumstances vary in each case. Some versions are written as if historical fact, others are imagined futures, but all end with Raphael wearing the crown of Karsus. One in particular catches her attention. In the end, it was the prism bearers who came to him seeking salvation, and he laid out a course for their survival. They would be free of the parasite, the Sword Coast would be cleansed of illithids, and Raphael would receive the crown for his part in the victory. From the moment he met them, it was inevitable. The realms would weep to see his glory. Can't play the organ. I'm very sad. The Tourmaline Depths. By Lady Incognita. It was Master Vampire Donella Czar who reopened the vast blue-green halls beneath Baldur's Gate and brought them under our control. But what is the history of this subterranean expanse, and how far back does it go? Not even Donella the architect knew for certain. But in her notebook she speculated that the depths were originally dwarven built by exiles from Berendon, though she admitted she was no scholar of dwarven history. Though deeply delved, the halls were certainly more of an outpost than a city, Donella wrote. Though if it was established as a facility over a mine, what were the dwarves mining there? The larger question in this writer's mind is, how did these abandoned depths go undiscovered for so long under a great city like Baldur's Gate? Were they deliberately hidden by some kind of persistent glamour that finally wore off? You may never know. What I'm finding interesting there is that Czar is the name of our current vampire, but Donella is not. We are looking at Cazador Czar. Now, the idea of a vampire getting, killed and overthrown and replaced, that's not novel. But for the surname to stay the same, like vampires don't breed. Well, not in the traditional way. So perhaps the Tsar name is something Cazador took for himself. after he toppled Donella. Would Astarion take the name Tsar if he got what he wanted? I feel like he wouldn't. Downfall of the Iron Throne. I think we read that once upon a time. Let's read it again, because we will be going there. With the downfall of Sarevok, the city's Mages' Council was asked to make a memorable example of the Iron Throne, whose criminal headquarters squatted like a dire toad at the center of Baldur's Gate. Yeah, the Iron Throne was a merchant company, I believe, but it was, like, riddled with doppelgangers. But even before they were replaced by doppelgangers, they were siding with Sarevok and being quite evil. They were behind the metal crisis that drove Baldur's Gate 1's plot. All of the iron in the land was rotting. The council, hastily convened, decided upon a dramatic demonstration of the city's rejection of the Iron Throne, as 17 of their number joined their magical powers in a 48-hour ritual that levitated the building over its foundations, conveyed it across the docks into the deepest channel of Grey Harbour, plunged it beneath the waves. And in this way, a dungeon was created for Baldur's Gate 3. Also, the bloody reign of Sarevok Anchev was obliterated, except no, it wasn't, because he was hiding in the murder tribunal the whole time. The Fall of Netheril. A first-hand account of the Fall of Netheril, written by Raphael. Even a Meragon could not have kept a smile from creeping across its face when walking through those fields of the dead. Bodies broken, the land painted crimson from horizon to horizon. Karsus brought Netheril's cities tumbling from the skies, and for a brief, glorious moment, he created a spectacle of such utter horror it was worthy to be the 10th hell. I delighted in it, until I realized that the one thing I sought was not to be found among that delicious carnage. The crown. It had been stolen. Speaking of stealing things...
Gauntlets of hill giant strength.
Sets your strength to 23. Does that actually help Karlak at all? Because her strength is 22, and I don't know that an extra number on its own adds something unless it's an extra 2 numbers. But if it adds her throw to her throw limit, it's probably worth giving to her. Lorethian. The introduction to Lorethian by Palmer Junisuga reads, "It is no exaggeration to say that Corellon Lorethian is the primary figure in the pantheon of elves. It is said that his tears, mingled with those of Sehanine Moonbow, actually created them. As in all myths, the physiological reverse oblation God gives to his people is interesting. The elven people are not formed from his hip bone, his throat, his balls. Instead, they arise from an expression of sorrow. Some scholars frame them then as an antidote to his pain. More traditional thinking places elves as sad as a species can be. This rings truer for me. Life, after all, deposits its fair share of difficulties on those burdened with living it, and elves endure a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time."
Don't like this dream anymore.
A Tour of Tempest. This book, long as an encyclopedia but written in an untamed, barely legible style, describes the Tempest domain from which I can draw power. And look! When you are whipped with the wild winds, or stricken until stick-like and burning from the god's lashing lightning tongue, are you not suffused with the power of Tempest? Aye, how Queen Umberlee and Lord Talos fight and fray over its dominion, but can even they on high, know in truth Tempest can never be tamed, only channeled by the favoured few. Ain't you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End? You just gotta roll with those kinds of gods. Reach up thy hands to the sky, outstretched, awaiting breath of gods to blast thee, oblivious supplicant, and ask to be drowned, or be blown asunder, or be destroyed. Or perhaps, to be granted such might to speak the words of Talos with thine own sweet hand. I might give the Hill Giant Strength Gloves to Minsk after this. Lae'zel can use them, but... what are Minsk's gloves? Does he need them? He might need them. He doesn't use his strength, I just want him to be strong.
pretty things in the House of Hope. You're the prettiest of all.
Thanks. Also, we've got lovely hellscape view as well, including that. I don't know what that shadowy part is. Maybe it's the shadow of the house itself. Over here we have the Amulet of Greater Health.
Amulet of Greater Health.
Sets your constitution to 23. Yeah, because we chose to build Minsk ranged, it doesn't work, but if we build him for big sword, then yeah. Also advantage on con saves. Where would we put this amulet? I kind of need Amulet of the Devout, because otherwise I'll only have one channel divinity. Jaheira will not be taking off Khalid's gift. But Karlak could stand to be incredibly healthy. Lae'zel has nothing on her, but she's also temporary. Yeah, there are 2 librarian debtors.
We do not demand silence, but please keep prayers, words of encouragement, and friendly conversation to a minimum.
What about belligerent shouting matches? You didn't specify those. Does that mean they're not allowed, or does that mean they're allowed with no restrictions?
Welcome. Please enjoy the archive. Whispers, screams, gibbering, and panicked cries are encouraged.
Okay, that does elaborate a bit, but again, like, angry yelling. Like, where do you sit on angry yelling? List of debtors. An extensive list of the names of the residents of Raphael's house, separated by headers, loaned, punished, put to work, fed to pets, used as leverage, and missing. Imagine the missing list isn't very long, but Gortash should be on it. Wall of the Faithless. At the core of the Fugue Plains' barren ash-grey wasteland stands the City of Judgment, with its crystal spire jutting above the streets into the influx of souls. These are godly folk seeking the verdict of those ruling Fugue, their faces hopeful or sullen, their boot heels caked to the mud of perdition. Yet for those who claimed no godly patronage in life, there is only the Wall. The Wall erected by Merkel, Lord of Bones, to keep those of insubstantial faith from any possible form of peace. See it gored and clawed at by the desperate, clung with fingernails, flecked with smashed skulls. How Merkel enjoys his petty torments. The House of Wonders. The High House of Wonders. Temple to Gond, the Gearsmith and the Wonderbringer. The house is at the same time an elaborate collection of workshops, laboratories, and magico-manufactories. For what better way to worship the Lord of all Smiths than by making mechanisms in his name? Here in the upper city, all manner of enchanted clockwork devices are forged and crafted, powered by spells, by steam, by conjured micro-modrons. Hell, some even say by hellfire. However, these Gondian creations are not wonders for the sake of wonder, but practical contrivances built to enhance the lives of Faerun's mortals and help them work beyond the limits of their physical bodies. They're currently developing a form of artificial intelligence that will replace all need for creative work by anybody who's ever had a thought. Not everybody's happy with that, though. Take, for example, the mighty cranes that line Baldur's Gate's docks, loading and unloading ship cargo with speed and strength far beyond the capacity of ordinary stevedores. These cranes originated in the workshops of the High House of Wonders, and are Gond's gift to the trade and prosperity of the city. And Gond's fuck you to everybody who was earning a salary off of manual labour at the docks. Right. So we have 2 people to talk to in here. We have Carvilla, and we have the Archivist. And we have this impervious sphere.
I see the
Orphic Hammer.
It really is a magnificent exhibit.
When the Orphic Hammer strikes like thunder, even astral chains are torn asunder.
let's speak to this bitch first.
Can't resist the faintest hint of a temptation, can you? I suppose that makes two of us. That little disguise Hope gave you is adorable. I can see right through it, of course. And so will Raphael. He's going to notice you nosing around his house. I hope you're ready to face a very angry devil.
Why don't you run off and tell him, Corilla? You love tattling to Daddy, don't you?
How can you bring yourself to serve your sister's tormentor?
Poor deluded Hope. She's stubborn. Raphael loves stubborn. If she'd just agreed to serve him, he'd probably have released her a long time ago. As things stand, she's his favorite toy. We're all mad here. But Hope in hell? Why, that's the definition of insanity.
How did she come to be trapped here?
Raphael offered her the world. She didn't want it. He sweetened the deal. She said no. No matter how many times he upped the ante, she just laughed in his face. He didn't like that. Eventually, he took her by force, trapped her and swore he wouldn't let her go till she gave him what he wanted. Conversion. The stubborn ass has endured more torment than any soul should be able to. Even when he took all of her skin, she held on to hope. Raphael finds that puzzling. And he loves puzzles. You being here is another puzzle. You don't seem like you want to die. You want my advice? Enjoy whatever life remains to you. When Raphael catches you, you'll never enjoy anything again.
Did she just fucking leave? Yeah. There's also a third librarian now. Or at least if there was before, I didn't notice.
No interruptions, please.
Okay. Well, the archivist is next, but I might take now to, I wanted to see what Gorilla had to say, but, I'm gonna go eat. If the archivist leads us into taking the hammer, I don't want to get distracted from that, so I'm gonna eat now before I get stuck into anything. But I'll be back soon. So, what actually happens if you click on the sphere?
There it is. The Orphic hammer, right within reach. It appears to be protected by an energy field of some kind, but you're not familiar with this magic.
This is not over. There is no lock that cannot be undone.
It is I, Raphael. Lower your defenses.
Nothing happens.
How far can you reach before being repelled?
Before you can reach out, a compulsion in your head stops you. No, it seems to say.
Fuck off, Emperor. Oh, maybe it wasn't him. Archivist?
A guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
You don't look like you sound. He looks way older.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or it's carved into his eyelids.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here.
Mind read!
No visitors expected, other than Carilla Hearthflame and Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor.
I am Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor. Ooh. That sounds good, but I don't want to do that straight away. Are there any highlights in the collection? No, I'm saying he doesn't look old enough. He sounds like an old man, but he looks young.
A fine pair of gauntlets that allow the wearer to twist the head from even the most resilient malingerer. An amulet that causes the blood to surge and the heart to swell, along with other parts. Most invigorating. And awaiting installation, we have secured a rod that gathers the weave around it in great quantities, just as surely as shit gathers flies. And of course, the Orphic hammer itself is the prize of the collection.
Have you ever met Hope?
Yes. Nasty little gadfly. I'd swat her if the Master wasn't so fond of tormenting her.
Gods, I hate the Hells.
I just want to explore the archive. I wonder if saying it one of these two will take away number 3. But I definitely want to do number 3. I'm going to try number 1, but I'll reload if it takes away number 3.
Be my guest. Even if you're not scheduled for an appointment, this is a civilized place. As long as you don't remove any of the artifacts, nobody will remove your skin. Unless Master Raphael decides otherwise, of course.
I am Verilius Receptor. Difficulty class 15, total bonus 11. I think we're good. We're good.
1,000 apologies, O majestic magistrate of the Infernal Court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary.
Could I take a look at the Crown of Karsus? He doesn't have it.
Most droll, Inquisitor. As you well know, the crown of Casus is lost. Stolen from Mephistopheles by gods kissing mortals. My master certainly had nothing to do with any of that business.
I might have to confiscate some of these.
You may examine them, O diabolical dominatrix, but they cannot be removed unless you present a writ of infernal requisition with Article 152 correctly filled out.
One second. All right, Diabolical Dominatrix is the yes. No, that's very good. I could picture Diabolical Dominatrix getting a song in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Writ of Infernal Requisition. Yeah, and I mean that's the difference between the Nine Hells and the Abyss. And one of my favorite things about D&D Planes is the whole law versus chaos thing, and how it like represents a spectrum of hell. And it makes sense out of hell, because deals with the devil are an established thing, and the idea of like contracts and cleverness and order amongst evil. But also then you get this idea of, you know, demonic chaos and summoning a demon that rips everybody to shreds and stuff immediately, and there's no sense or order maintained. So D&D's like, well, okay, well, we have both. They're just in different places. And we can do the same thing with the good gods as well. You have the lawful good who are bound by their codes, and while ostensibly they are good, bad things can happen as a result to their strict adherence to their rules, because if there isn't a way to deal with the problem while keeping to the rules, these people will tend to go for the rules over the good. Whereas then there's the chaotic good side of things, where a lot more can be done, but sometimes recklessly so, and unintended consequences can happen. Like it's a really good system, I find. Current D&D de-emphasizes alignment quite a bit, but it still has the planar settings as using the same concepts, which is, I mean, they couldn't change that really. I think any new highlights will just repeat the dialogue from before, yeah? But maybe with a more subservient tone.
A fine pair, an amulet that causes, and awaiting installation.
I'd like to see the hammer, please.
An exquisite and most unique artifact, crafted with materials hewn from the depths of the hells by Raphael's Merrigan labor force. As it was created by Raphael himself, we have no documents of procurement, nor do we require any. But if you wish to examine the artifact itself, You are more than welcome. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
What?
I'm fine. Let's just get in and get out.
Yeah, I'm worried that that's what whatever's in the boudoir wants to do. All right. Explore the boudoir. Steal the hammer. Steal the hammer.
You are stupendously lugubrious this day, High Inquisitor. An inspiration to us all.
Boudoir invitation. The acrid scent of Avernus and elaborate script confirm this invitation as a devil's doing. The less I hear about a devil's doing, the better, but I guess considering where we're going, we might just have to prepare for that. For some reason, the... Oh no, there it is still there. What the fuck are you looking at?
I like to watch the door to the boudoir. I like to see who goes in, who comes back out, and who never does.
Does Raphael mind?
Why? It was his idea. Here I watch, forever and forever. Oh, I can never join in, but I'll always look.
I gotta be honest, you seem like the only happy person in this house. Do you know what goes on inside that room?
Oh, I like to peep through the keyhole. There's so much to see. So much to see.
You have nothing to complain. You are the only person here with nothing to complain about. Look at her. If the idea was, oh, she'll be tormented by the fact that she's always standing on the outside looking in, I don't think that's doing what you think it's doing, Raphael.
None of us should.
Like, I wouldn't want to be her, but anybody who had her predilections would be quite fine with it. Oh, there we go. Door's open. Do you want to come in?
You belong in there. In the boudoir. You should never leave.
Right. Speaking of, can we see anybody in here? No, that's a shame. The boudoir.
I thought you'd got lost and died. The archivist told you to cool off in the boudoir. Well, here it is. A horrid place where pleasure is pain and pain is pleasure and hope cannot live at all.
Any advice?
Everything in this house exists for Raphael's pleasure and Raphael's pleasure alone. That includes Raphael himself, whatever form he takes.
Well, we've never seen him as anything other than the man. I don't think we've seen him looking devilish, have we? Have we? Maybe. Once.
Right tool will do the trick.
He has a painting of himself in the central room? Ah. I also don't know how you'd sleep with the sound of the water. Especially as the night drew on and the bladder began to fill. I suppose it...
To be nothing, to be gone for good.
I don't know if devils need to piss.
Something over there.
That's hot. It's cold.
Restoration faucet. Sure, you can get used to anything if you're forced to, but he doesn't strike me as someone who's forced to do anything. Restoration faucet. Oh! We've definitely read the Quartus soon. That's like the Karma Sutra, but for D&D. Of course he has that. Long rest in a bottle? It's not really in a bottle, is it? If it was in a bottle, I could take it with me. The button here. No button there. Oh dear. Harlep. 169. Incubus. And what if we prefer a succubus? Nope. Nope, nope. We will not be doing anything with anybody in this room. You can have Jaheira cast Hero's Feast and then use them. Alright.
Always nice to be wanted. Poking, prodding.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Use all the food.
With haste.
Oh dear. Oh god.
A lost little mouse is running through the house.
Oh, gods. What the fuck have I stumbled into?
A thief in the night, greedy and here to take. Why are you here, little thief?
What? Raphael? You're looking very skimpy. Okay, this isn't him, but does this mean... Does this mean he once got told to go fuck himself and thought it might have been a good idea. Everything exists for Raphael's pleasure, including Raphael himself. I'm gonna go with number 1. Raphael?
Raphael? Ha! No. You will have a far crueler master than Raphael soon. But what inspired you to pay him a visit?
I seek the Orphic hammer.
Raphael all but spent himself to get that hammer. And you want to take it off him? This is very naughty. Whatever are we to do? Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose.
I'm not gonna play with you. Sorry, Harlep. H-A-A-R-L-E-P. R-A-P-H-A-E. Oh, for the love of Christ. That was me knocking. What's the game?
It's a surprise. Off with your clothes.
What? Everyone or me? Somebody voted quick. Like, I don't want to do anything that would be considered a betrayal of Karlach, but he's not necessarily... If it's possible to win the game without doing much more than this, then I don't mind. So, we'll acquiesce for now.
Good, little thief.
Yeah.
Good. Keep going like this. And you'll get to live. You'll be crying out my name soon. You'd better know it. I am Harlep, Raphael's personal incubus, glamored and transfigured to look like him. I'm a perfect copy. He only ever wants to sleep with himself. What's better than the devil you know, eh?
His violating stare sees more than all of you. It sees potential.
Before we continue, I want to make sure you're comfortable.
I'm really not. Jesus Christ!
Sometimes, when he's feeling adventurous, Raphael will ask me to change into the Archduchess, Raphael.
Oh.
I can take her form if you choose. A simple swap pales in comparison to what you were about to do for me.
There are some people who would have picked one there. I don't think we do this. Not with Karlach there. If it was someone like Astarion that we were with, or Lae'zel, who didn't mind. Someone, I guess, more suited to, well... But I think messing around with a devil is exactly the sort of thing that would be a bit insulting when dating Karlach, or Will. So yeah, we'll say I've had enough of the game now.
An impotent finale for an impotent show.
Of course, now my armor isn't on. Indeed not. I do have underwear on now, though. But I don't think this was going to go anywhere. If you go through with it, you can ask Harlep if Raphael is any good in bed. I like that they've stayed in the female form, just because they happened to be there when it ended. Yeah, succubus now. The answer is ha 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 no. If you go through that, they give you a free question. Right, and if you ask if Raphael's good in bed, you don't get another question, do you? But yeah, no. There's... If anything, the bard is probably the one who would do it, but I just, She's right here. That's a terrible thing. Oh.
Love them of a lecherous lich.
As a reaction to receiving damage, the incubus has traveled to the ethereal plane and cannot be damaged or targeted until it returns at the start of its turn. Is it going to do that all the time?
Still standing.
Because there's not a lot for
matter what
Jaheira
you
to do
heard.
now.
Stalking.
There goes the Ray of Frost follow-up that was going to happen. Shit.
Come.
Oh!
Won't play nice.
Make another saving throw after taking damage. We could slam Lae'zel. She's got a lot of health. It'll be fine. There we go. Now we got her back. Yeah, but I'd rather have Lae'zel back because Karlak can just womp on Harlap. We don't need that, and I'd rather that than have a fighter level 12 wailing on one of us. I'll put you over here, though. Oh. Right, because they just showed up. Good.
Hop, hop. Knees high.
Fucking hell! That is awful. You are too far away from these people.
Make way.
Jesus. Come on. Oh, you only get 3? Hmm.
Nothing will stand in my way. Let's get this over with.
Jesus.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
My equipment isn't on. Huh. Armor I knew, but weapons? Oh god, everything's off. What am I able to put on? Hmm. Let's get out of everybody's way then.
Victory awaits.
Well, we got nothing to do until Harlep comes back. Good luck.
Ready for another round?
Charming the Bard is, because Charm is a charisma save, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's a wisdom save? Hmm.
My little trick.
There we go, yeah, that did keep her here. Alright. Let's gear up. There we go. Guess. Do we still have Bolts of Doom because we took the thing off? No. Well.
Let's see what this does.
Does this thing give us benefits of a short rest?
There's a tire back on. It keeps the locals quiet. One day I'll catch a break.
Yes, it does.
Map table. A 2
Have the rest, though, don't I? Yeah. Right.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
Doesn't give her rage charge replenish.
Blackets will be done.
It also hasn't healed Lae'zel? What happened here?
I'd love to, thanks.
Does give... Oh, they were too far away. I guess. Does it not
Shouldn't have wished to
heal
live
the
in more
elementals?
interesting times.
You have to be in the water? maybe? No. Doesn't do anything for the summons.
Another step forward.
Interesting. Hell, I never saw this one. Loyal
like
eternal debtor.
to talk.
Like a dog? And not happy to be one. Anyway. My first thought, I saw, ooh, a chandelier. Maybe I could drop that on someone's head. I need to talk to someone about those Hitman-inspired thoughts. There's plenty of stuff to look around at over here. Harlep. We'll not be taking Harlep's underwear. But we have the key from Raphael's safe. And Helldusk gloves. Gives you Rays of Fire cantrip. Never even heard of that one. Weighs half a pound.
Let me guess, you need something.
Chihira has the quick spell gloves. But that only has that one effect.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Also, interestingly, Harlep's default state is as the Raphael-looking male, based on the fact that he reverted back to that upon death. I guess that could be more of like the game setting has to set a default state. Because presumably he did say that the Raphael looks was a glamour itself.
Never wanted the easy path.
Devilish still life.
In the twisted strokes of the artist's brush, you sense the fragments of a forsaken soul, laid out in reds, blues, and yellows.
So if you enter via the balcony, is it just the same scene? Do you... Is there a fight that you have to do if you enter this way? Based on the note? Or is it just Harlep? Because Harlep's right there, so... Oh, because your friends were over here. Well, then what happens if you jump Jaheira into there? Or someone... Or me...
I'll give it a shot. Let's have a look at myself.
Anyway, I believe the thing of note was this portrait. Raphael bears flame. It's got a button, and there's also a disarm trap option here. Go for the disarm roll. Ace it. And then press the button. We have the key. 5 soul coins. And Raphael's notes. The actors have finally reached Baldur's Gate, so I can commence the next stage of my play. They have learned the Astral Prism's secret, but I will tell them that I have the key, the Orphic Hammer. The only thing that can break the prince's chains. The hammer will be kept safely in the archive, protected by a password. What shall it be? Perhaps, give me my heart's desire.
This will help us get what we need from the archive.
So we still have the prison and the passageway. Does the passageway just serve as an alternative entrance to the prison? Yeah. So it's just the prison, which I guess is where Hope is, and so you want to bring the hammer there.
You are stupid.
That which you seek is still so close, yet so far.
You know the words. Now speak them.
Out? Give me my heart's desire.
The magic blinks away at your words.
Be ready. I suspect Raphael will throw a tantrum when the other children touch his toys.
It's a weapon. Not a great one. Apart from the unshackling strike. It is +3, but the damage doesn't seem amazing.
You just rang Raphael's dinner bell. You are the entire menu. You claim to be who you are not. Stole from my master, and now you expect to leave. The moment you step outside this room, all hells will break loose. A hopeless situation?
Oh, I thought he was going to say ho ho hopeless. It is a warhammer with the throne property. Well, we always knew who I'd be giving this to.
The Orphic hammer. I will admit, I did not expect it to be an actual hammer.
I'm fine.
Yes, the hammer is ours. The means to Orpheus's release is in our hands. To the Undercity, Voss must hear of our victory.
Yeah, we need to get out of hell
When we
first.
enter the astral prism, we will break Orpheus free. For now, keep focused. Raphael will come to take back his treasure. This is our chance to find out how much this devil bleeds.
So Githyanki quest is just for Voss. Save Hope and flee. So you don't have to save Hope, by the way. We can just fucking try and bounce. But I imagine there'll be a bit more to it than that.
Wanna dance?
Holy shit!
Still alive. So that's progress. Very
Sadly
well.
didn't add to her health. Just her max. So now she looks injured. We don't have as pressing a need for this one, but
Action, not reaction.
you'll enjoy it.
Looking ahead, light on my feet.
And the
I've got good news.
And bad news. And worst news. Good news. You got what you came for. Successful visit. Great success. Fantastic work. Bad news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included. That's okay, though, right? It's hell. You expected it to be hot. Worst news, Raphael's on his way home, and oh boy, he is bitching mad! You planned for this. I know you did. You have everything under control. It's really important that you don't panic, even when your eyes evaporate from the heat. Come to my prison, bring the hammer, break my chains, and then we exit stage any which way.
I'm leaving without you. No,
Quick
I'll
as
be
a
there.
cockroach, lickety-split, if you don't mind.
Seems simple enough.
I think saving her is, without question here, but oh, here we go. Alarmed debtor. You don't seem like much of a threat. You do, though. What is that? Enemies and objects within 3 meters of the sphere at the end of their turn take a bit of damage. Right. Do you have to fight it? I think not with that amount of health. But it is a combatant, so we're going to be stuck in combat until we get to the prison, aren't we? These guys don't really deserve this. What's right here? Running past these or killing them? I think running past them, it's really annoying to have to dash through the area. I guess we should go straight because prison's that way. Tell you what. Go to the boudoir and go around the back. I could, but in terms of raw turn, if we're dashing, it'll be faster to do this. Oh, this is you.
Not pinned down just yet.
And there's more. Yeah, they're not exactly very, You not go any further? No, okay.
Survival is all that matters. What path lies before me?
I am fury. I am death. Make way.
All right, Karlak, it's go time. Moving.
She can go so far. Too many of you. I don't know if the sphere, like, does anything. Does it move?
This is the easy part.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Oh! We weren't precisely wrong about the fire. Oh, it does move. Okay. We'll actually deal with this then. I thought that thing was just an environmental hazard. Didn't look like a mob so much as a rock. I don't really remember the flaming sphere now. What I thought was that there'd be like 12 of those things. Like you run through the area and more spheres pop up and you have to dodge them. And so you shouldn't bother killing them because they have 200 health each. We don't want to melee it. And I don't think Rays of Fire would do much good here.
Into battle.
Nor do I think an Ice Storm is very clever used on these. You just shoot one of the weak ones, I think. Or Ray of Frost, one of the weak ones. Damn it.
Bye forever, pal. Soldier.
Alright, you have a job.
This'll help.
That did not do much. Well, 30. I just assumed that the Fountain of Infinite Resources would have dried up as soon as we pissed him off. That was better. You should haste her, actually.
Peace.
And that gives us a bore. You go back around here so that you don't get hit and she goes lethargic. Still like there's fire everywhere, but the elementals will have to be in some kind of fire, I guess. Can always resummon them with the infinite resources. Not bad.
Time to strike.
You're better at melee. Let's have you, I guess, go attack that one. You can't. Better at melee, but you're just not fast enough to catch anybody in it. Fine.
On the move.
Shoot it. Oh no, don't fuck! Camera moved while I'm trying to click on the next attack. There we go.
Death greets us all, but not today.
No word.
Anyway, you have 2 more hits.
Good idea, Carla.
Broke the chandelier.
Good.
This is at the end of your turn. Okay. Oh yeah, and Irulna. Not a great idea. There we go. It's dead.
Easy as.
So every single one of these creates something when it dies. Also, right now we're not in combat. I'm not in combat. Everybody else is. Ha!
No better moment.
Swift and lethal.
Just shoot it, because 8 HP. Fucking... There.
Is that blood? No. Never mind.
No time to waste. Come quickly, come now.
I'm just waiting for the fire to go out. Well, I guess I should get into combat again before haste runs out.
Moving in.
Did you get distracted?
Also, Nyrulna is right there. What the hell?
By the teeth in my arteries.
No one stopped me yet. Should mind my step.
I got this.
Blood comes easy these days.
That is forever indebted. Can't find it. Do y'all have it? No.
Let's go.
You mad still? Also, no. But you're hasted. I'm just gonna throw.
1, 2.
What must be done? Into position.
This one's around a goddamn corner. That's not helpful. Okay. Well, they're gonna have to dash to get to us. Let's wait.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
I will ascend.
They didn't dash. They didn't do much.
Watch this. In position.
Just across the hall, if you don't mind.
Handy. My turn. Easy.
Okay.
Can't slow down.
Don't burn yourself.
Right now, she's got everything.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Have they?
Open up.
Let's get the ones in here, because there's too fucking many of them. Jahira can let loose an ice storm and all that.
swift as my feet can carry me.
Right on the table. Now that is a song of ice and fire.
I am fury. I am death. This is your end.
That's it. Action Surge wouldn't let her walk any closer to anybody, so let's not.
Covered. Ought to do it.
God, the one shots.
Push my luck again.
Would fire work on the imp? No. Neither would that. Will work as a Hemel strike.
Put him up. Victory awaits.
Go on, perfect. Forever indebted, on dying, explode and reincarnate as another fiendish creature. The debt must be paid even in death.
Time to strike.
Did not mean to use that. That's better.
How much further can I go?
Other than that big ball, these guys are pretty pathetic.
Let's see.
No time to waste. Come quickly.
Hope of the house. Immune to all damage while you're tied to the house.
I think I get it.
You won. Well done.
Can't even catch my breath.
Oh, it did both.
Fuck yes.
Hello? There we go. If the target is large, huge, or gargantuan, so this is actually better than Nyrulna right now.
That's it.
Oh. Is there fine print on it? A dwarf. Yeah, you're right.
Victory awaits. You bow. Break.
It's still dealing damage to it. It's just immune to the necrotic part. I might desummon and resummon these using the thingy.
Onward.
Don't ram Jahira.
I'm heating up.
What did she do to deserve that?
Time to strike.
Have to keep going. Better not be cursed.
I'd have paid a bit more attention to its the toll it took on me, if not for the for that.
Call and I answer.
You say that, but it took me a number of clicks to get you to actually swap over.
I've got a long road ahead.
Game lags a bit when you summon something. Hello there, immortal. I'd like to test that theory.
Take no joy in this.
Another fight. Let's go.
Stench about you.
On my way.
It's there. I'm so excited I could scream.
Betcha there'll be one more fucking ball over here.
Sometimes the only way out is through. If not over, then through.
No? Huh.
No time to waste. Come quickly, come now.
Don't think other than 7 damage to the Myrmidon we have anything to
This ought to be good.
replenish, so we're probably good to go down. I don't think we have time to finish this, though. It might be a good idea to stop here and tackle the prison next stream. For an area that isn't that big, the House of Hope does take a while to go through. Like, it doesn't look like much, but this was a whole stream just getting through all this. Prison's not very big. Right, but I have 6 minutes. Okay, well, we can do the prison, I guess. This is your favorite part of the game. I can agree. That's why, yeah, I definitely don't want to confront Raphael today, which is what I thought would be in here. But if he's not here, I suppose I can do it. But
breathe deep.
We'll be confronting Raphael pretty early on Tuesday.
Careful. The jailer will swallow you whole if you take another step. And you won't be able to save me while you're being digested. You found my prison. My body is held in chains just beyond. The whole house is tumbling down and Raphael striding across the plains to come catch a mouse. And I swing that big, beautiful hammer, crack open my chains, and let's get out of here. It's time to fly this coop on a hope and a prayer.
Any advice when it comes to fighting Raphael?
Don't! But if you must, make sure I'm with you. He makes mistakes when he's angry, and seeing me running free will make him as angry as an axe head.
Does he have 666 health? Let's do this.
You sound so brave, but we really don't have a choice.
Whoa! What the hell? That's not a very useful map.
I should speak up.
That hammer is almost as sweet a sight as you are. Smash those chains!
Right, again, this one will come. Oh god!
The hammer is almost as sweet a sight as you are. Smash those chains!
Spectators! Give him something to see. Bit of a shit place to do a fight, though. No, you didn't. You did.
What now?
Haste Karlak. No ranged offhand? There it is. Ranged offhand that. And now you go hide behind the door.
On my way.
Let the ladies do this. are like big mad.
Got it.
And mash the taters.
Jimmy on the go.
You reach this one? No. There's a new imp to hit. That's the end of your actions anyway. You could do an action surge, but we need to get you into a better position to hit the other tater, so we won't. It appears they cannot hit for garbage. You fuckers not making it easy on me. General Tacticus's advice on avoiding defeat when outnumbered, outweaponed, and outpositioned. Don't have a battle. What is that from? Shame these guys can't shove. That would have been a good moment for a shove. Why is Jaheira the one that gets wounding raid? And bitten. Why is everybody picking on Grandma for? You know what, at this point you may as well, because nothing else will have a turn.
Now this is my happy place. Go on.
Oh wow, it even hits Hope. It moved her.
Go from here.
I will help. I'll get the killing blow on the spectator with my offhand. I sensed some weak to cull. Oh yeah.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Hmm? Why does that say death? What happens if I lob this? I quick saved.
Want to do it?
Yeah, it died. Oh, because it falls. That's a new one.
I will ascend.
So was that the jailer you're talking about? Pair of spectators?
Hammer is almost as sweet a sight as you are. Smash those chains!
If you're lucky. I'm gonna actually short rest here because can't be bothered going all the way back out and we still got all three.
Don't be shy.
What a time for haste to run out. We are over time, though, so with the fight done, I might actually free her at the start of next stream. Just so that I'm not looking at the clock while doing the, story stuff. I imagine you free her and then we go back outside and there's a big fight with Raphael in the main area, but, let's give that the time it deserves. So if you want to catch that, be around on Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll be doing the first Monkey Island Tall Tale on Sea of Thieves. Sunday I'll probably be doing some of those event voyages. If I might be doing those off camera as well, so I don't know if I'll have them left, but someone might. Because... oh god, deactivate with soul pillars. Yeah, cool. Alright. I'm sure Raphael's fight will be just as fun as Orin's. Yeah. I will catch you guys the weekend for Sea of Thieves and Tuesday for Baldur's Gate. Fare thee well.